All right, how's it going out there, folks? Welcome back here to a Wednesday night, 10:27 p.m. That's California time out here. Wednesday, February 12th, 2025 is the date. Latest activity here on the Earthquake 3D globe shows a 1.2 earthquake somewhere out here in the green flag. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the West Coast, California. Starting off here, got a little earthquake in Northern California, 2.5. Actually, it looks like it's on the Nevada side of the border, 2.5 near Garlock, Nevada, it looks like. A little bit of movement off the Northern California coastline as well from earlier this morning. Nothing to report here tonight, but I do want to double check the tremor map out here. See what we got for the Cascadia tremor. Shows, 242 epicenters of tremor down here across the southern end of the Cascadia subduction zone. Really no sign of any elevated earthquake activity here so far, but got to remember that tremor activity occurring downstream here is applying pressure upstream where the locked area is of the Cascadia subduction zone. So just keep an eye on that. Pacific Northwest, relatively quiet. Not a whole lot going on through the Cascades. San Francisco, pretty quiet as well. As we look at Southern California here, one earthquake outside the Bakersfield area. This is a region that had a 5-pointer late last year. Looks like a little 1.7 coming into that area right now. For the most part, though, as you can see, all the earthquake activity there in Southern California on the microquake side of things. Really no unusual activity to note for now. A couple more earthquakes there on the San Andreas Fault. But things are just quiet for now. Yellowstone National Park, super volcano. Nothing showing up there across the map, but as always, we need to double check that for verification. See what we have going on out here. Some wind events earlier. That's that darker blue reading there on the seismograph stations. As far as earthquake activity goes, well, one earthquake earlier. That looks like it was early this morning, 1 o'clock in the morning or so. Since then, well, it's pretty quiet aside from some wind events out there. Texas oil fields getting hit, some Oklahoma activity as well, but overall, general average activity out there across the oil fields. As we look at the last 24 hours of earthquake activity out here, well, the largest takes the cake there for a 5.3 down in the South Sandwich Trench area, the northern end, 67 miles deep there into that subduction zone. Aside from that, 5-pointer there across Japan. Let's go ahead and check out the latest activity there from the Santorini area, where we're looking at the live seismograph station right now, showing a couple spikes of an earthquake there. The latest around this area appears to be a 3.1 right in the center area of that swarm. Over the last 24 hours, though, noticeable uptick in movement towards the Santorini volcano. That has been an ongoing thing off and on here, with migration back and forth to the north and then migration down here to the south. No major news to report here yet. It's just been an ongoing event here of earthquake activity. In fact, if we look at the seismograph station here, recorded in the last 24 hours, let's go ahead and take a look at this. There's that cluster of 4s and whatnot. It does look like in the last 5-6 hours or so, things have mellowed out. Notice that it's actually quite visible here, the seismograph lines here. Something we haven't seen in the last couple weeks. But that doesn't mean that everything's done and over with here with no consequence. Just a little pause in the earthquake activity for now. But I think this will kick up overnight into tomorrow. Just a little pause right now of earthquake activity. Let's see what else we got here for the latest activity on the globe. Some movement across the Middle America Trench. Quite a few 4s and 3s out here. 4.8 aftershock there across the Cayman Islands area, following the largest event so far this year for the 7.6 earthquake. Man, that earthquake originally coming in as an 8-pointer, 8.1, but I guess we're still waiting on it. Still waiting on the 8-pointer to come in here. Our last one was 2021. A lot of folks tend to believe that 8-pointers are very rare, but that's not the case. In fact, 8-pointers are quite common, at least once a year, if not once a year, once every other year across the planet here. And, last one was back in 2021, so we are coming up on a time frame here. You know, we should be seeing an 8-pointer somewhere out here across the globe. The question is, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where will it be? All right, let's see. Let's take a look here at the rest of the earthquake 3D globe. New Zealand down here, 3.4 South Island area. Aside from that, just some deeper activity up north across the Tonga Trench. A swarm of quakes up here across Japan. No unusual activity to note, though, for now. Just a cluster of movement across the Java Trench. Very typical there in the crunch zone. That is the regional boundary here where we see all the plate arrows pointing towards the Indonesia Islands area. That's just that's how it is. A lot of earthquake activity there on any given day. Nothing unusual. Atlantic Ocean pretty quiet. A little earthquake activity off the coast there of Iceland. So we'll see how things go tonight. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of larger activity to note here across the globe for now. Space weather activity, neutral. Looking at some very neutral conditions here in the low C flare category. Hasn't dipped down into the B flare category yet, but things are quite quiet out there. Quite quiet. Two different spellings there. A massive area out here on the eastern quadrant of the sun, but really not all that concerning. There's not a whole lot of complexity within that sunspot core, and I'm really not seeing anything of any newsworthy value out here in terms of magnetic complexity with any of these sunspots. The overall flare threat right now, 5% chance. I have mine set here on the live stream at 1%. I really don't see any 5% chance out there, but that's I decided to take it up upon my own to do my own forecasting here for the solar flare activity. So it is up on the live stream, but this is what the solar ham site has. 5% for the X flare, M flare at 40. Pretty quiet out there across the sun for now. A little bit of aurora activity there kicking up across the higher latitude areas, Alaska, maybe Canada. Really not expecting much though. No major aurora, no major aurora activity in the forecast here. Storm Prediction Center seen some severe weather out there across the south. That is still in effect for tonight. Storm reports so far today. Let's see what we got here for storm reports. 2 reports of tornadoes there in the red dots, and a couple wind reports as well. This was a enhanced risk today. If we look at the area tonight, shows an enhanced area for some tornado activity, 10% zone there as well. So far, not a whole lot of major tornado outbreaks there, but there was a couple reports there of some tornadoes. I've seen some social media reports as well, but that will continue overnight with the threat of some wind and a little localized area of some hail threats as well. So, West Coast, we got a big storm coming in. In fact, it's raining out here right now in my neck of the woods in Northern California. We got some decent precipitation accumulation rates coming in overnight. Northern California, San Francisco, Sacramento, all this heading down into the Los Angeles area as well. Decent plume of moisture coming in. After that, things tend to dry up, and we get this cold spell out there. Well, that's an interesting scenario. Got a lot of moisture coming up here from the south aimed at California at the beginning of March. We'll see what takes place, though. It's a little odd. That can change. The windy map. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the windy map. See what we have. We got, look at that massive low pressure system out there. Check out the satellite view. Let me show you guys here real quick. Developing low pressure system, tapping into a lot of subtropical moisture there. Well past Hawaii out there, it looks like. That is aimed at Northern California, In fact, all of California is going to get in on this event. The visible, of course, is going to be dark infrared imagery. Main plume of moisture right here. You can see the convection amping up here in these convection bands. But, got a lot of rain coming in here. Right now, just some light showers around my neck of the woods here. San Francisco southward, some heavier showers. That, of course, is expected to kick up overnight. If we look at the rainfall accumulation here, let's go ahead and bring that up real quick. The next 24 hours or so, there you go. Decent precipitation there across the Sierra Nevada, down into the southern end as well. Los Angeles area getting in on some a little bit of moisture. Either way, this is a welcoming sight here for California. And hopefully this is not the last one. But we got a little break after that, as the weather models show here. But obviously subject to change, right? All right, seismograph stations out there look calm and clear as a bell. It's not a whole lot of rock and rolling out there yet. Quick glance at the Greece area. Pretty quiet across the board, but, don't let this little quiet period fool you. New Zealand 1.9. So technically the last earthquake of 3.1 at 05:37 UTC time. So just about an hour or so ago. We do occasionally see these little breaks in quiet period, but there's a lot happening underneath this area. And over the past 2 weeks, it's just been a consistent event of continuous earthquake activity. So it's normal to see these little pauses. We'll continue to watch that and report back on anything that changes out there, folks. Have yourself a good evening, and we'll catch you guys back out here tomorrow morning for the Thursday morning update. Stay safe. And don't forget, folks, we do have the member drawing coming up here. We give away cash prizes to our members here. Kind of a show of appreciation there for those that like to support us. And if you don't want cash, that's okay. If you want an Earthmaster t-shirt or maybe some Earthmaster gear from the Earthmaster store, you're welcome to that as well. Or if you're a geology rock hound like me, we'll offer you up, I think it's a 12-piece geology mining kit. So don't have to get cash. You can get a geology mining kit sent to your house free of charge, just for becoming a member or winner in the member drawing. So we'll do that on the 15th here in about 3 days. So we'll do that live. And we'll probably pick out 2 winners, all right? We'll do 2 winners this month. So, all right, we'll catch you guys out here tomorrow morning for the Thursday morning update. Take care. Stay safe out there. Good night.